So yesterday I pitched Ollie Abdaal and I did it in public. So you can see my post over here on the left where I broke down his profile, I broke down his featured posts, I broke down his content into a bunch of different things that I saw that I think he could improve on LinkedIn. So if you know Ollie Abdaal, he is a very prominent creator. He has 6 million YouTube subscribers, over a million Instagram followers, 300,000 X followers, over 180,000 LinkedIn followers. He has 277,000 email subscribers, which is ginormous. And he is a best-selling author. And then on the business side, he shares his numbers publicly. He does over 5 million per year in annual revenue. He has fantastic profit margins, and he's a great example of living the life that he wants to live, having great work-life balance. And with all that said, there's some definite improvements that Ollie could make to his account. So I'm just going to walk you through in this video what those improvements are. And I have this here that you can kind of reference on the side, but I'll just walk you through it. So first off, this banner image, I really like it. You can see here like this deep dive doesn't fit because his face is covering it. So that's one, tiny thing you could just scoot things over for your LinkedIn banner. Another is, yes, people recognize him. A lot of people do. But there's also new faces who've never seen Ollie in their life. And so I think having some type of credibility here would be big. So you could use the fact that he's a best-selling author in here. He could use like a picture of his book that would kind of show that he's an expert. He could use like the 6 million subscribers number. Any number of those things could be a great credibility booster. If we look at his profile image, so it looks great, like especially when I click on it here, but let's just scroll down. Like if I'm just looking at my feed, like look how tiny his face looks right here. Like I could probably tell who it was, but I'd have to like really focus in. So I would actually zoom in more on the profile picture. He's verified, so this little verification button, that's great that he has that. LinkedIn claims you get up to 60% more profile visitors from being verified. He doesn't have the LinkedIn Premium, which I think would make him look a little more professional. Just for context, do you see this little button that I have right here? It's like a golden badge. That's what LinkedIn Premium looks like. And then his bio is pretty good. So, doctor turned entrepreneur plus productivity expert plus YouTuber, 6 million subs. There's the credibility right there. Author of Feel Good Productivity. Okay, so a little bit more credibility. And so if I've never seen Ollie before and I come to his profile, I think, okay, this guy sounds pretty legit. It might be worth following, but I also have the inherent question like, what do I get by following this guy? And he kind of like implicitly gives me the idea that I'll learn about productivity because he talks about productivity a lot. But that's kind of all I know. So if I were Ollie, I would call out exactly what I would get from following him. So it could be something like helping you become more productive or helping you become productive or start a YouTube channel, something like that, because I know he has a couple different offers. Okay, let's move on. Next, so this is a major upgrade. By the way, see how he has follow instead of saying connect here? That's highly recommended. That way, someone like me who hasn't followed him before can just hit follow and he doesn't get a connection request where he has to follow the person back. Anyway, back to the major upgrade here. So this is a link. So in your bio, you can have a link or you can have a custom button. And I highly, highly recommend having a custom button instead of a link. The reason why is because very few people are going to come and click on your profile and then click on this link compared to they're just going to see this post in their feed. And if you see a post in your feed and it has a link right there, look how much easier that is. See how my posts say visit my website? So that's something that Ollie could be doing. Have it in every post. It's just less friction for the end consumer, especially if at the bottom he were to link or to say click the visit my website button next to my face. Then it just makes it so much easier for people to do. Okay, let's go back to his account. Okay, next, the about section. So I love that he says that he's an author, New York Times, Sunday Times bestseller. That's like another good credibility thing. Right here, he says, I make videos that explore the strategies and tools. This isn't YouTube. This is LinkedIn. And so let's change just this word to content. Or I make content. So that could include YouTube, but because we're talking to LinkedIn people, LinkedIn is a text-based platform. And so, I mean, yeah, use some videos, but lean into the text and also just make that around your positioning. Other than that, that's cool. You see it's a little messy here. Like on this about section, they don't hyperlink. LinkedIn doesn't hyperlink any of these links that you drop. So, I mean, people have to copy it and paste it into their like. So I think this is fine, but it could be worth redoing. Okay, next. So the featured section. I always say either have one call to action or have a bunch. Basically treat it like a landing page or treat it like a website. Kind of your call. If you want just the maximum number of leads, then you just should have one. But if you want people to kind of self-select to where like you'll probably miss out on some, but that's okay. Like just segmenting them could be more valuable for you. And so that's fine how he has it. But the big upgrade here is you'll notice if I click on any of these, it's not going to take me to, see how this says productivitylab.com? So let's click on it. What happens? It pulls up this next page. So it makes me double click. I have to do two different clicks to get to the website. And look how tiny this little view button is. It's tiny. Like very few people are going to click on this and then click view. Okay? So the much better thing to do is just eliminate this description and look what happens when you do that. So if I come to mine, you can see I just have one right here. I click on it, takes me directly to the site. Okay. So you're just going to get way more opt-ins if you're going to some type of lead magnet. So that is a change I'd make there. And then as far as activity goes, he posted yesterday, he posted today, so that's all good. But do you see how before that it was a 6 day gap between content? So I think that might have just been a one-off, but posting consistently obviously is important. Okay, so that is the main stuff I want to touch on in terms of his profile. Now let's dive into his content. So with his content, I'm just going to call out what I see. So let's click show all posts so we can take a real good look at this. Okay, so first things first, this latest post that he did this morning, I haven't seen it before till now, but this is a LinkedIn newsletter. So basically, if I click here, it's going to take me to just an article on LinkedIn, a newsletter on LinkedIn. And that's cool. And I think this is a total mistake. The reason why is because LinkedIn doesn't push a lot of people to these LinkedIn newsletters. Like all of the traffic comes from regular LinkedIn posts. So, kind of just a good practice is let's just go to Justin Welsh's account. He's one of the top LinkedIn accounts. And so if you're ever wondering like what's best practice, just go to like look at five of the people who are doing the very best on whatever platform, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and just see what they're doing. So do you see how he is on all of his posts, you'll see the length of the post, it's educational, and then at the end he's plugging directly to his community in this case and he just started a newsletter right here in this case. Okay, so that's what he's doing, and that is what I would recommend is just use your post and then either link directly to the newsletter or mention the little visit my website or subscribe to my newsletter button that you can put next to your face or drop it in the comments because if you put links on every single post then it's going to basically you're going to get less reach because it takes people off platform. And you'll notice that this is another problem. Look, he puts a link in, I think when I counted, it was 9 out of 10, but maybe it's 10 out of 10 posts. Like he's putting a link in all of these, which is not, no bueno. There's no link in that one. Okay. But you can see he's putting a link in pretty much every single one. I do like the different call to actions. Like this is a free YouTube growth quiz. He has like an email course that he uses. He has the newsletter opt-in page. So I do like that, but I think doing about half as many links directly in the post and calling out the custom button or dropping it in the comments would increase his overall reach. Okay. Next, you'll notice, look how many videos he's doing. These are like 1 minute clips. I don't have a problem with some of these, but look, there's like probably 50% are these little videos. And like I said earlier, LinkedIn is a text-based platform. And so where's the text? Like this isn't explaining what's happening here. And so even if you're going to do these videos, one big upgrade is at least like give the people who don't want to watch the video and just want to read, give them the summary of the video and make the video supplementary. And then I would just do fewer of them. I do maybe 20% of these could be videos. Also, he's never done anything longer than like a minute and 30 seconds. Like here's a minute 16 seconds. And so try like you could post videos up to 10 minutes on LinkedIn. Maybe you can do longer now, I'm not sure, but like doing an 8-minute video, maybe like condensing down a YouTube video would be something absolutely worth trying. I've tried it on my account and I've actually had some really solid results. So would highly recommend testing that out. Okay, the next thing is let's just take a look at the length of these posts. They're like really short. They're not very educational. Even the carousels, like it's not very much content. Like this is a very short carousel. Like just compare that with like let's come into one of my posts. This is the one that I posted this morning. So this post is short, but I mean take a look at the carousel. It's like it's jam-packed with information. Okay? Let's take a look at just a few other posts. And I'm not saying that I'm the like there's plenty of people that are doing better than I am. This is the all or let's come back so we could just look at several at the same time. I'll click show all posts. Okay, so you can see this one was the Ali Abdaal breakdown and like decent amount of education there. Here's another one, decent amount of education there. Another one, decent amount. And so this is kind of the style that works. And like I said, don't just take my word for it. Like take a look at some of the other big accounts for proof, but that's definitely worth thinking about. Okay, let's see what I'm missing. Yeah, links. So don't use as many links. Missing the long form educational content. He's using the LinkedIn newsletter. Just make a longer post and link to your newsletter. Okay, curiosity gaps in your content. So do you see how right here I said here are 10 of the best ones I've seen in the past week, and then I it says dot 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 more, so it makes you want to click more. When I let's take a look at one I haven't clicked on. Okay, paid ad costs have risen 89% over the past 5 years, while organic reach with personal accounts remains free. I didn't do a great job with the curiosity gap here. For this one, you can see this graphic confirms something I believe for a long time. This is the highest converting post type. And then the dot, dot, dot more, if I hadn't already clicked it, would show up. And you'd be like, oh, what's the highest converting post type? And then I give them the answer right there, case study posts. And so that's a curiosity gap. In Ollie's case, we're coming back. Like, it just isn't optimized to get people to click more. So all of these can just have hooks that make you want to click more so that they actually read the post. Kind of the bigger problem though is that there's just not much to read in the post. So it's like, why do you even want people to click more when you're just pushing the videos? So those kind of upgrades go hand in hand. And then I mentioned the 5 to 10 minute video experiments. So that is essentially it. I'll pull up one more thing that would be helpful for you. Okay, so as I was studying Ali Abdaal, I just made some other notes and upgrades. So the fact that it's very video heavy, I just showed you. Very short carousels and text, I just showed you. The different CTAs, I show it here, but you kind of saw that a little bit. A really slow form submit on his newsletter page. So this was interesting. Like, take a look at this. I went in, I entered my email, I hit subscribe. Look how long this took. I'm at 10 seconds. I'm going to fast forward. I mean, it's sitting there for like 15 seconds. I refreshed the page, I tried again. It took forever. So I don't know if that was a one-off, but if like I would run a few tests if I were him, be like, hey, is this could be killing my opt-in rate. And then this was really just a cool funnel, by the way. So he has this email course. He does ask for the first name, which is going to lower his overall opt-in rate, but that's okay. It depends what you're optimizing for. And if I hit submit the crash course, let's see. So you can see here he has this special offer for people who opt into his free course, where for the next 30 minutes they can save $100 if they buy his course with like a really nice video. Like this was just really well done. Like I thought it was really solid. Okay. And then the other thing I noticed was on Twitter. Look, April 15th, and then before that, March 19th, and then before that, January 30th. So he's just not posting on Twitter, which, he's got 356,000 followers. And so good chance he's just missing out on a lot of potential traffic for his business by not posting there. Even if the posts are repurposed or something, like it's just painful to leave that amount of followers and traffic untouched. So that is the full Ali Abdaal breakdown. Drop any questions in the comments if you have them, and I'll answer. Otherwise, hope this was helpful.